All right, get this today's deep dive. Well, we're shifting gears into motorsport history, and it all starts with one photograph. Like, just imagine
Yeah.
a legend behind the wheel, but not just any car, and at a legendary track. It's like discovering a missing puzzle piece, and, well, we're going to put it all together. You ready?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
So the driver, Tazio Nuvolari. Ever heard of him?
Oh, yeah. Nuvolari, he's an icon, Italian racing legend. Daring overtakes, unbelievable car control, the stories you hear about this guy.
Yeah, like something out of a movie. So here's where things get interesting. This photo. It doesn't show him in his typical ride. No Alfa Romeo, no Auto Union.
Let me guess, it's something completely different.
It's a British-made Jaguar XK120. How cool is that? But it's 1950, Silverstone. Picture this. Nuvolari in the driver's seat of a bright red Jaguar XK120, license plate HV500. This wasn't his usual style at all.
You know what's interesting about the XT120? It represents a whole new era of racing after the Second World War. It was a symbol of innovation and optimism. Powerful, sleek, it was unlike anything else out there. I can see why a driver like Nuvolari might be drawn to it, even though he was famous for those Italian powerhouses.
So this wasn't just a publicity thing. He was actually going to race the Jaguar.
Absolutely, this was the real deal. The car was prepped, they painted it red just for him, and it had his lucky number 29 on it. But it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, the information I found said his time at Silverstone was short-lived, like really short, just 3 laps. What happened?
Sadly, it's a reminder of just how dangerous racing was back then. Nuvolari was already facing health problems, probably from breathing in exhaust fumes for years. Safety standards were non-existent back then.
Wow, I can't even imagine. And he was known for pushing those cars to the absolute limit. It's incredible when you think about it.
Yeah, he was famous for pushing himself and his cars to their absolute limits. And his driving style, it wasn't just about skill, it was aggressive. They say he wrestled those cars to victory. There's this one story. It was at the 1930 Mille Miglia.
Mille Miglia.
Ah.
For those of us who aren't, racing encyclopedias, what makes that race so special?
Oh, man. It was this crazy 1,000-mile race across Italy on public roads. It was grueling, even by the standards back then. And dangerous.
Public roads.
Public roads, and get this, no radios back then. So the drivers would get signals from their pit crews using flags. Can you imagine that?
No way, that's insane.
Nuvolari was trailing the leader, a guy named Achille Varzi, for almost the entire race.
Okay, so what happened?
Okay, so picture this. It's nighttime, the final leg of the race. Nuvolari gets a signal that he's closing in on Varzi. Now get this. Instead of waiting for daylight, Nuvolari decides to switch off his headlights. And he just floors it.
He's driving in the dark at those speeds.
In the dark, relying on pure instinct and memory of the road.
This guy was fearless.
And he ends up overtaking Varzi completely, wins the entire race. Talk about a power move.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
And all while dealing with those health issues, it adds a whole other layer to that photo of him in the Jaguar. It's like almost Shakespearean.
Yeah.
The warrior facing his final battle.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful image. And tragically, his life was marked by loss, too. He and his wife, Carolina, lost their 2 sons, Giorgio and Alberto. Both of them were just 18 years old.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Imagine the strength it took for Nuvolari to keep racing after all that.
To experience that kind of loss, it's hard to even comprehend. It makes that photo at Silverstone even more poignant, especially knowing that he passed away a few short years later.
He died in '53 at the age of 60.
Wow.
That photo might be tinged with some sadness, but you know what? It's also a powerful reminder of his incredible legacy.
It really is. Because this isn't just a man sitting in a car. It's a glimpse into a time gone by. The raw talent, the incredible risks, the pure determination. He might not have conquered Silverstone in that Jaguar, but that photo, it captures everything about a true legend.